Oh, you think you got away?
This program contains strong language, discussions of paranormal activity, dark history, and potentially frightening content. Viewer discretion is advised. This content is for entertainment purposes only. Welcome back, spooky souls, to another Paranormal Tuesday on all platforms. Tonight, we're diving deep into cursed waters, haunted ships, and the restless spirits that refuse to stay buried beneath the sea. I'm Tiffany, and this is Ghost of the Past Pirate Edition.
Ghostly captains seem steering phantom ships to cursed treasures said to bring death to anyone who touches it. Pirate legends have terrified sailors for centuries. Some ladies' spirits still roam the oceans looking for revenge.
And tonight we're uncovering the darker side of the pirate history, the executions, the betrayals, the disappearance at sea, the hauntings that follow. Some ghosts don't stay in the past, they come back with unfinished business.
But before we step aboard tonight's haunted voyage, we want to thank tonight's sponsor. I don't know how to say that.
Akira?
Adkira? Looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Adkira, looking for something unique? Head over to Adkira and get 15% off your order using code HOST. That's Adkira, promo code HOST for 15% off.
Dim the lights, lock the doors, and maybe don't listen alone tonight.
Because the dead pirates of the past may still be searching for their next crew.
This is Harlots of Spooktalk, Ghost of the Past Pirate Edition.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get it right into these ghost stories, y'all. The first one we have is the Flying Dutchman. There are dozens of legends about the mythical ship and her crew of the dead who are doomed to sail the seas until Judgment Day. It's said that even the ship's captain made a deal with the devil and became famous for his ability to make passage between Holland and Java in impossibly good time. Sure, they could outrun the capture. The crew eventually committed a terrible crime, although some versions claim they became infected with the plague and the vessel that prohibited from entering the port. The undaunted by denial of entry and confident in his ability to sail through a record speed, the captain attempted to round the Cape of Good Hope during a terrible storm. So when the frightened crew begged the captain to seek safe harbor, the captain swore into the wind, and he and his crew would round the cape. If he had to beat about the waves until Judgment Day, the ship foundered in the storm, and all aboard perished. But true to the captain's word, Flying Dutchman continues to sail the seas with her damned crew, still trying to complete her ill-fated passage. There have been hundreds who claim to have seen this ghost ship, which supposedly hovers above the waves with an eerie glowing mist about in its mace in lieu of sails. The ship is believed to be harbinger of imminent doom. One of the most famous sightings was reported by Prince George of Wales, ooh, and that was in the late 1800s. While making a passage off the coast, I'm like 47% Wales Viking. Okay. Ooh. So it was reported by Prince George of Wales in the late 1800s while making a passage of the coast in Australia between Sydney and Melbourne. He claimed at least 13 crew members spotted a glowing phantom ship at 4 a.m. The omen manifests itself later in the day when the crewman was originally spotted. Flying Dutchman fell from the forepast mast and was smashed to atoms. What do we see? What are we whispering today? Flying Dutchman.
Flying Dutchman.
It reminds me of SpongeBob.
SpongeBob.
That's fair. That was fair. I thought it was a
Ah,
good story.
It
it's
was.
All
it
right.
is, but it's
So
so
you
like we've all heard it. Like if anybody hasn't heard of it, there's something wrong with you because I've heard it.
you have not had a childhood if you have not heard that story.
No,
You know.
not at all. Okay, whatever. Okay, so this one, sorry about my pronunciation. Is it our range? Medane? Medane. Medane.
Hold
Something.
on, let me help you. Hold on before you butcher it.
Butcher it?
Butcher it. I don't know. Oorang Medan. Harley said it earlier.
Orang Medan.
Oh, well, there you go.
Medan.
What Karli said. So whatever Karli said. Okay. Well, there is some skepticism as to whether how do you blah that word actually existed. But its legend is well known. Around 1948, Morse code distress signals were picked up by several ships off the coast of Indonesia. The vessel in distress was a Dutch freighter called Orang Medan. Sure, I did. Okay, so a Malay name meaning man from Medan. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Medan.
Yeah,
Medan.
you're good. I think you're
I
overthinking it when you're reading it.
I really am. I overthink a lot of it, okay?
Just,
Shh.
just don't overthink it. You're doing
Though
good.
shut up. Though sorry.
Flying Dutchman.
Okay, so though the distress calls were intermediate and I can't even speak. Intermittent and garbled at times, nearby ships were able to ascertain that the captain and all the officers were gone, like deceased.
Dead.
The
Yeah.
entire crew was in jeopardy, and after several attempts at additional transmissions, a final message simply said, I die. Shortly after the last transmission, a vessel responding to the distress was able to locate the ship and it appeared to be in sound condition. But there was no response to the attempts to make contact, so a boarding party was dispatched. Upon entering the ship, they found a terrifying scene. The entire crew was found dead. Their bodies were contorted with arms outstretched, eyes open, and expressions of horror on their faces. Even the ship's dog, aw, R.I.P. puppy. Ah. So he was found dead, what is it, barking his or barging his teeth at some phantom adversary. Yet upon, I don't know why that's funny, I'm sorry. Yet upon closer observation, no injuries were observed on any of the bodies. After some deliberation, a decision was made to tow the vessel to port to investigate the tragedy. However, as the salvaging crew prepared to tow the vessel, smoke began to pour out the hull. The crew was forced to abandon the ship and cut the lines to escape the thick smoke. Moments later, the ship exploded. Macroby, Mac, yeah. Sorry if I butchered that too. Speculation continues to surround the fate of the freighter and her unfortunate crew. There are those who believe that the crew was terrorized by demons or extraterrestrials. Ooh, Other stories claim the ship was carrying gruesome chemical weapons that accidentally killed the unprotected civilian crew charged with transporting them. And of course, there are conspiracy theorists who say it was a military crew disguised aboard a civilian ship carrying a mystery weapon that may have changed the course of history had the ship not met an untimely end. Okay, pause
Mm.
for a second because do y'all remember the movie Ghost Ship?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
oh
That's
my
Yeah.
gosh, that's like spot on. Wow, I never knew it was about that.
Hmm. You learn
yeah.
something every day.
I do. I learn something new every single day.
Every single time we come on this podcast,
We
we
learned something new.
learn something new. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fine. We're here to learn and educate and open
Yeah.
minds of people. Open your mind.
Then
Open your
the
mind.
next spooky story of ships is
Ooh.
Octavius. Legend says Octavius was found adrift off of Greenland in 1775. When she was boarded, her crew was found frozen and perfectly preserved. The captain was found seated in his cabin, frozen in place while making his last entry into his logbook. The date of the entry was 1762, meaning the frozen crew had been sailing the Arctic for 13 years. Though there are those who swear the legend of Octavius is true, no actual record of the vessel has been found, leading some to believe that might be a mistelling of the Bachama, which we'll be going over later, ghost ship. So they might have got the two mixed up. But you have to wait for the
Mm,
next installment to find out when Tiffany tells it later on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, it's the next one.
yeah, I'm right
Yep.
after you.
Yeah. Speaking of Beijimo,
Bitch Mo.
Beijimo.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Carly.
No, that was it.
You have that one. That
Oh,
was
You
that
have
yours,
was
that one.
babe.
it?
Yeah, that
That
Yeah,
was
was.
you
it.
have Beijimo.
Oh, is it? I have Betchmo.
Beachimo.
Betchmo. So that was a Swedish cargo steamship built in 1914. It was used for trade between the Inuit, is that right? Natives, I'm sorry, of Victoria Island and settlers of the Northwest Territory. In 1931, Bachimo became trapped in ice and the crew abandoned ship. Setting up camp nearby, they briefly reboarded. Oh, yeah, reboarded when the ship temporarily broke free, but it soon became icebound again. All but a 15-man skeleton crew was airlifted away while the remaining crew kept watch over the trapped vessel and its cargo from a nearby shelter. During a violent blizzard, Betchmo, I'm sorry, Betchmo disappeared, and the crew assumed she broke apart during the storm and sank. However, days later, the vessel was spotted 45 miles away, again, trapped in ice. Her crew was able to retrieve the cargo but made no attempt to salvage the boat, which seemed to be on the brink of sinking. But the boat did not sink, as there were at least 11 reported sightings of the the ship over the next 4 decades. The last sighting was reported by an Inuit fisherman who spotted her off the Alaskan coast. Again, trapped in ice, of course. Sorry. In 1968, so that's 38 years after her crew abandoned her. Dubbed the ghost ship of the Arctic, In 2006, the Alaskan government established a committee to determine her fate. However, she had never been spotted again, and her ultimate fate is unknown. Oh my gosh, that gave me goosebumps.
That one's
And I would
cool though.
And do we want to take a brief second to remind everybody about our sponsor today? Don't forget down below in our little description, you can hit it and use the word host for IKEA and get 15% off. I just want to bring that up before we go in the next one. Don't
Yes,
forget to check that out, guys.
check out
And
akira.com and HOST.
and also with Karli's story before mine, it kind of makes sense. Cuz
Yes, it does.
I'm glad it went like that too, cuz it's like, okay, oh, you're right.
Yeah,
And then the ship disappears all the time.
it
So
does. The ghost
that's
ship of
weird.
the Arctic, it could be
Mhm.
either ghost ship. We will never know.
Nope. Never know. All right, let's go, LD.
All right. We always got to put a Mary in there. And I'm
Yes,
starting
we
to really
do.
appreciate it slowly. But this is Mary Celeste, or it might be Celeste. It's
Celeste.
Celeste. Okay, so
It's
Celeste. I always want to
Celeste,
say
yeah.
Celeste. Okay, so in early November 1872, Mary Celeste, her crew of 8 and 2 passengers, set sail from New York to Italy with a cargo of 1,700 barrels of American alcohol. Yes. The crew of De Gracia, which had left the harbor 7 days after Mary, spotted the ship under a full sail headed towards Strait of Gibraltar. Although no distress signals were flying, De Gracia's crew suspected that Mary was derelict and sent a boarding party to investigate. So, upon boarding, Mary and the crew found the boat in relatively good condition. 2 hatches had been left open, and those areas were a watery mess, quote unquote. But otherwise, everything appeared fine. However, there was no signal of vessel's crew or passengers. According to some accounts, there was food on the table and full cups of tea. Other odd observations that the ship's clock had stopped and its compass was destroyed. The sextant and the chronometer were missing, as most of the ship's paper, although the ship's logbook was left behind. The lifeboat had been set adrift, and only remaining passengers was a sleeping cat. Okay. So the last entry in the logbook had been made 2 weeks prior, placing Mary 160 kilometers west of Azores and was otherwise unremarkable. After sailing the abandoned ship of Gibraltar, it was discovered that even though all 1,700 barrels of alcohol were aboard, 9 of them were empty. Because of the
Ooh.
circumstances were so suspicious, the crew of Del Gracia was awarded only a tiny fraction of the salvage. Wild stories abound as to what really happened. Some say the ship was pilfered by pirates who then set the crew and passengers adrift to die at sea. Others suspect the crew was eaten by sharks during a morning swim. But the reality is that we will likely never know what befell the souls of Mary Celeste.
Aw,
Ooh.
You know,
creepy.
But I know someone's hair just did a hole.
Standing up
huh?
thing.
Yeah, who mine?
You're.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
sorry.
kind
I
of.
try to contain my laughter.
This is all my regal hair. There's no extensions in today. That's how long my hair is getting. It's like kind of nice. But the point is I don't know. Like all of a sudden everybody's on the ship. There's nothing to say that they were. There's no proof that nobody was on the ship. Obviously they had eaten a meal.
And they drank alcohol.
I mean, yeah, a good bit of alcohol. It sounds like what did they say, 7
A
or 9
lot.
barrels? Yeah.
1,700.
Barrels.
Well,
1,700.
they brought 1,700, but there was like 7 or 9 of them that were missing.
Oh, that's it.
I know.
That's it.
Maybe and
I mean,
cheers, you know.
hey, you know how much is probably in one of them barrels.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, they
Yeah.
only need 7 or 9 of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
The next
So,
is last but not least ship is the Watertown Ghost. By making its way off the Mexican coast in the mid 1920s, two crew members of the SS Watertown were asphyxiated. You ain't the only one messing up words. Asphyxiated. I can't even say it. By gas fumes while cleaning out the cargo hold. The body of the deceased crewmen were buried at sea. The following day, just before dark, the entire ship was in an uproar when a crew reported seeing ghosts of two men in the water at the ship's stern. The sighting continued, and a crewman claimed he had been able to snap a picture, proving their existence with a camera. With the film untouched and left inside the camera, the captain delivered the camera to the commercial photographer to develop the images and authenticate the photo, which shows the faces of two men in the waves. To this day, the image of the Watertown ghost is believed by many to be a legit paranormal photograph at Ghost at Sea.
oh
So
my
that one was a
blanky.
little different. But the
Ah,
most famous one on this list, I do believe, is the Mary Celeste over the Dutchman, because I actually heard of Mary Celeste over the Dutchman for years.
see, and I heard of the Dutchman more than Mary Celeste. So
It's weird, right? It's
yeah.
like
yeah, I agree. I hadn't heard
I,
of the Mary story,
I grew up on
but
that one because of living near
nice.
Jersey growing up,
yeah.
but bottom of the
Mhm.
Pennsylvania. I heard of a lot of Jersey ghost stories, and a lot of them have to do with pirates. A
And
lot.
Oh,
pirates
yeah.
are real, guys, just an FYI. They really are real, and you have to
Yes.
be careful when you're out at sea. And if you haven't seen videos of them, you
Yeah.
should, because it's so cool how these ships though are so prepared for pirates, like cuz they just
So when you say pirates, I mean, how are they dressed? Are they dressed like they're in 2026? I mean, are they tall, dark,
Most of them are
handsome, big?
Somalian
yeah,
pirates.
yeah, most of them are, so it's really whatever they wear. But yeah, there are pirates out there of all sorts.
Yes.
Nice.
So yes,
I didn't
pirates
Especially,
really
are
know.
real.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know it's one part of the ocean they tell you be very careful on. It's what's called as, I guess, the Longhorn underneath
Yeah.
coming up. There's a passageway that's always has pirates.
Mhm. Yeah. And all these ships, like cargo ships and everything that use those passageways, are so prepared for these pirates. It's just crazy because it's like funny but cool at the same time because they have like these inflatable mannequin doll things. uh, it's funny. Okay.
But one last time on that laughter, you want to go over the ad one more time so people know it?
Okay, so just remember if you're needing glasses or something like sunglasses, the best place to get it is go to aquila.com right here in the bottom. And you can get glasses like Tiffany's. You can get glasses like not like Tiffany's. You can get thick ones. You can get city ones. You can get country ones. You can get big ones. So check them out. And they also have contacts.
And I don't know what a city glasses looks like over a country glasses, so
I
she's
don't either.
When I think of city glasses, I think of like big, like Hollywood movie star darling. And then when
I
I think
used to
about
have
country
some.
glasses, I think of like little reading glasses that your granny would
Oh,
have.
But that's
now
Akira, right?
Or you look,
Akira.com.
yeah,
Akira.
Aquila
Aquila.
And yeah. And if you like those big thin glasses, you go get them. Go get them. I hope everybody has a spooky night and watch out
Stay
for
off
pirates.
stay off of ghost ships. We all seen that movie. Have we
Yeah.
not?
We sure have.
Yeah,
Okay,
fun.
blessed be. Love
Bye.
y'all. Bye.